Okay.
Says live.
Grab your joysticks and turn on my Switch because this is the Third Wheel Arcade, episode 12-ish, if we don't count that Mixer debacle. We are live every Friday-ish at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Thank you all for joining us. Obviously, as always, I have my beautiful, long-haired co-host, Dan Rodriguez.
Glowing.
Well, it's not on the top of your head. It's in other places.
It's not here. Not at all.
And once again, one of our best third wheels.
Don't lie to me now.
No disrespect to any of the other third wheels. I'll say that to the rest of them too.
I figured.
It is Ains. Part of the discussion was that Ains had to bring Darwin and Darwin's butthole. So where?
I'm disappointed. He's upstairs wanting to eat before he flexes. He's got to have a full belly before he can flex his asshole for everyone.
He's got to make sure that beehole is nice and ready to poop.
Plump.
Prime it.
Plump.
Moist.
Bad word.
Yeah. Gross, no.
Butthole. We're off to a rolling start.
It's Friday night. I'm on vacation.
Ains is officially on vacation, huh?
Yeah, let's do it. Ready.
How long are you on vacation for?
10 days.
Okay.
Yeah, till the 20th. 12 days.
Where are you going?
Hawaii?
What's your hotel?
Fuck if I know. I don't know. Somewhere in Waikiki.
Okay.
On the beach.
That sounds nice. I've never been to Hawaii.
Yeah, it'll be nice. I went as a kid when 30 years ago now. Family hasn't been, but my stepson is out there in the Marines. Shout out to him. And we're visiting him and going to be hanging out with him. So it should be a good time.
Are you bringing any gaming apparatus?
For once, no. I'll bring the Switch for the plane, but my son, the first thing he said is, "Are we bringing the Xbox?" No, we're not. I told him we're gonna disconnect for 10 days because, quite frankly, I need it. Between work and as much shit as I'm doing all the time, I need a disconnect.
That's true. I mean, you do so much with gaming on a.
It's exhausting. Why do I do this? I'm not getting paid for it. Whose idea was this? I don't know.
Whose idea was it? Who's forcing you?
Me.
Oh,
me. Okay. Yeah, I'm forcing myself. And I said 4 years ago when I started that I would never take any money for it. So brilliant fucking plan on my part.
You can go back and say that was a mistake, right?
No, I'm good.
We grow,
I have fun with it.
We learn. We make new decisions.
It's never worked for me. I just make bad ones and keep going.
You can monetize it and then just give it to us.
That's
nice
it.
Pencil.
And fund Third Wheel. Sponsored by another podcast, Season Gaming.
SeasonGaming/thirdwheel.com.
That's it.
I'm down.
Yep.
Damn, my eyes just got really big. We've got an idea.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We could all just sponsor each other.
Yep. Yeah.
Make us feel important. So before you
giveaway.
We what?
Dan and I were going to the same place. We'll just do a lot of giveaways and give them to each other and act like we're really generous.
Yep. Oh man, that was it.
Holy shit.
I'm not talking about anyone in particular.
When I get super popular,
it just came to mind.
Good God.
Shitty headsets. All right.
So gearing up for your vacation, Ains, have you been playing anything?
I have played 3 games in the past probably month. And that is Apex Legends, which we can talk about if you want. Anthem, which I know we're going to talk about.
Yes.
You might be asking yourself why I'm wearing a shirt for fucking Fallout 76.
And
the answer would be is that Anthem has cut Dan so badly that I was trying to find anything in little power I could do to make him feel better.
Yeah,
and so this shirt was bought for me as a Christmas present by my sister who knows nothing about video games. And I'm wearing it for the second time ever, purely for Dan's sake.
It's better than Fallout 76. That's the
tagline.
That's
where we're at. The bar is just above tabletop. The bar.
Come check out Anthem. It's better than Fallout 76.
Is it though?
I don't know.
I think it is. It's got to be.
Fallout 76, I think, has more content. I don't know.
That's debatable.
But anyway, I've been playing Anthem. I've actually been playing it a ton, so we'll talk about it. And Division 2, which I know we're going to talk about. I've played way too much of it, and the game's not even goddamn out yet. So I'm just ready for that game in every facet of my butthole.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, I'm ready for it too. But I was afraid of putting too much time into the beta because it will bother me when it resets and I have none of the stuff that I work towards. Yep. What level are you now in the beta?
I maxed all the betas and alpha. I was in early access and I played that for a long time. Then I did the private beta. I maxed a level 7 there and did, everything you could do. And then in the open beta, I maxed a level 8 and did everything you could do. So, yeah, I've played it a lot. And I did the same with Division 1. And the problem, as you just alluded to, is that when you buy the main game, right, those first 3 or 4 missions, you're doing the same shit again. Yeah. So it'll be the 4th time I'm running through those missions.
At least you'll be good at it. I hope.
Yeah. I know them back to front now. I can just run through them. But I've played the shit out of Division 1. I think I have nearly 300 hours or more into Division 1. I love it. And I wanted to be able to write an educated preview on it, coming from the perspective of a Division 1 player, not like for people new to the series, but people who want to know what Division 2 is bringing to the table. And so I really wanted to, me, I just want to know it all.
And you can find that on seasongaming.com.
I wasn't going to say it.
I know.
I'm trying not to. So
one of our biggest sponsors.
Yeah, it's really our biggest sponsor.
Find us on Patreon.
I just want a division code from them. It's real nice.
Actually, I just gave one away today. No bullshit.
Oh, did you really?
And it wasn't to a friend. Shocking.
Gosh.
So how do you feel about Division at this point? Now that you've played through the beta multiple times, is it getting better?
It is in an excellent state. So massive. If you're familiar with Division 1, right? At launch, it lacked end game content. There was a lot of bugs. And over the course of the next 3 years, it's been 3 years since it launched. Actually, yesterday, I think, was the 3-year anniversary. They just worked their asses off and did probably the best job of any development studio I've seen with a game in service. They have absolutely killed it. And if you follow the Division community closely, they love Division 1. They love Massive. They love Ubisoft. They've come full circle. And all of that development time and learning they've got from Division 1, they've put into 2. So, I mean, it has like a dedicated end game content at launch. It has all these factions and clans and endless loot. I mean, endless build quality and loot. And just everything about it, you can tell they took what they did wrong and learned over the last 3 years and put it into Division 2. I've told you guys before, I think, honestly, by next year, it'll be one of the greatest ARPGs ever made. I really do.
I can definitely see that. So what I've been wondering, I haven't played this beta. I played the closed beta. I haven't played the open beta at all. Did they tweak much? Is it very different than it was during the closed beta, or is it kind of the same experience? Because it was really good in the closed beta. Like, I couldn't really find any flaws with it. I know people have said there's audio issues or whatever, but gameplay-wise, I didn't have any problems at all.
So they fixed a whole bunch of bugs, as you would expect, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a huge title update between the closed beta and the open beta. And then they just announced today the launch details, the title update. So they're actually launching, which is kind of weird, in version 1.5. So it's almost like they've been running in 1.0 and improving it already.
Mm-hmm.
And things like the audio bugs, some crashing stuff, PC, depending on your model of PC and video card, et cetera, they always have issues. So they fixed a bunch of that stuff. But I mean, I don't think I had any issues. Like I said, I played the hell out of Division 1 at launch, and there were a lot of issues. Division 2, it's gorgeous. They've nailed DC. I mean, you're local, you know it. I've been to DC a bunch of times because I was from the East Coast, and it's just amazing to play. The only thing I did have were the audio issues, and they announced today that they fixed those audio issues from the beta in the day 1 title update. So I don't think there's going to be any problems. I mean, the biggest thing you have to worry about is connection issues on a server-based game. But from the closed beta that had issues to the open beta, they fixed the majority of those as well. So I don't know. I see it launching well and people really loving it.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't really have many issues with it at all. I did have some audio issues. I forgot for a mission or two. I think the audio cut out completely and I only heard Dan and Diego in my headphones, but I'm not complaining about that ever.
No, that's like a positive thing.
It was nice. It was like nice and relaxing. We still died 48 times, but at least I could only hear them and not the screams of my character as he got shot in the face.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk more about Apex and Anthem here in a little bit though. So Dan, what have you been playing? Have you played any ToeJam Mineral? I need to know that question because
I played a little bit. So
okay.
yeah, I bought it on 3 systems and I played 10 minutes. Here's the thing. It's not because I don't want to play it. It's because, well, one of the things I was waiting for one of our third wheels, PlayStation Brawl, to come and play. We were going to play some co-op and stream it, but that fell through. No big deal. Not a huge deal at all. Let me repeat that.
He was
it's all good. No, but you know, he got a review copy, which is awesome. But
the more you say it, the more convincing it is.
I love that guy. Like so much love for the Brawl.
Just keep repeating it.
No. Anyway, but yeah, I mean,
and his Kojima love
with him. Yeah, though I don't love that. But
you brought the wrong guy to this episode.
Yeah. So I played about maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It wasn't too long. I played it on my Switch. It really reminds me of the first game, except prettier and with a few more, enemies and a few more different power-ups, I guess, like your presence. But really, it's really, really similar to the first one, or at least, what I remember playing it. It looks awesome. I'm ready to play maybe tomorrow with one of my co-hosts here with the mostest.
So yeah, PlayStation Brawl got a review copy, but he's been very busy and his life is crazy, and that's why he stood up Dan over and over again. But
he's so used. No,
but
it happens to all of us, man.
I maybe have started reviewing games, I guess. And I did my first review last week. Awesome P, go check it out on the PlayStationBras.com. But I think I'm going to be reviewing ToeJam Mineral. So I need to play with Dan, get some co-op in, see what it's like. I played for about 15 minutes today just to kind of see how it was. I'm a little concerned because you're right. It's like a prettier version of the Genesis game.
Yeah.
And it plays kind of exactly like the Genesis game.
Exactly the same.
But I've only put like 10 minutes in, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be, it'll be fun just playing with other people. I think there's 4-player co-op on it too. So you actually get 4 people in there because they have added a couple different playable characters. So it's not like just a remake or anything like that. We'll see. I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm going to review it for Season Gaming. So
wow. So this is like a rival review.
It's like a rival review thing. Yeah.
Whoa.
We're going to be swinging sticks all over the place here.
Money we're going to make off of this one.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be rolling in.
I did order the limited run games version for the PS4. So,
of course you did.
I'm a physical guy, so I want that copy. But I would love to play with you guys when it comes in.
Man. Yes. Since we're all on our family plan, Nintendo Online. I've got everybody on there now. We'll be good to go. I think I've almost hit my limit. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
it's $20 a year for 8 people. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Dan had me added to his family plan, and I logged into it for the first time and just saw the list of people, and it was all like none of them were his children. It was all like grown ass men.
It's all of us.
Yeah, it's all right.
I was playing NES ice hockey the other day, and I was like, "Thanks, Dan."
It's totally worth it. But I am the only one that got the awesome controllers, which I love. Actually, I was playing with them the other day.
Those
the old NES ones.
Nintendo.
They work great. They're perfect. I need to go play some ice hockey. I love that fucking game.
That game was so good.
Dude, if they had an online play to that, could you imagine how fun that would be?
Oh my god,
holy
I love that.
Shit, that'd
be
amazing.
Just like fat guys and skinny guys.
Earlier.
Oh,
I don't know.
what a great
Nintendo
game.
could do. Nintendo's doing very well. They could do so much to just blow the doors off everybody else.
We talk about this all the time. Like they are already profitable beyond ridiculous, right? But they're lacking in so many areas. It's like, how the hell do they manage this? I think Dan said it best. As simple as it sounds, nostalgia is one hell of a drug. That's all it is.
Yeah, but can you imagine if they had ice hockey or even Mario? If you play Mario with one person online and one person's Mario, one person's Luigi.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like if they fleshed out Nintendo Online and had achievements and like had the infrastructure that Xbox and PlayStation have and go that route, like holy shit, people would be all over it.
I want to do a whole top.
To chat.
Yeah,
instead
like
of
just
using a fucking
party
goddamn app. That's stupid. Other than that, it's great.
Okay.
I
We're going to talk about
the battery life just yet.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about Switch here in a second. So, Dan, what else have you been playing? You played
Metro.
Anthem?
And Anthem,
Metro?
yeah. We'll get to that in a little bit. But I've been playing today, actually. I played, I don't know where I'm at in the story, but I stopped playing Metro. I played it when it came out. I felt like I got pretty far. I don't think I did. So I picked it back up today, and I've been through maybe 3 or 4 different sections. I don't want to spoil it too much, but basically the game is you're on a train, and each stop is basically a small level, you know. So that's without getting too much into it. So I played through, 6 or 7, maybe 5. I don't know, but it's every one of them is different, and there's always a little bit of something, that distinguishes it from the other one. But the story is really what keeps me coming back to it. It's actually a really, really good story so far. I love the crafting. I love the weapons. It doesn't feel like it's overly hard, but at the same time, there's, it's tense sometimes. And I'm not, me, I'm a giant fucking pussy.
Yeah.
So, we get into certain levels where it's like, a little bit dark. Yeah. So it's tense. There's times where I'm just like, oh fuck, what the fuck was that shit? God damn it. Just stupid shit, that would not scare the normal grown ass man. But me, on the other hand, about shit myself.
Why aren't you streaming this?
Why am I not screaming?
Streaming.
I should.
Screaming.
Yeah, why aren't
I
you
love
streaming?
Metro. I love it so much. No, it's been really, really good. I should have went back and streamed it.
Are you playing on the One X?
Yes. It's
All right,
fucking gorgeous.
I've heard it's like one of the most beautiful games
Holy
ever.
shit.
Hmm.
It looks so good. So fucking good. I love it. It's probably one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
As far as graphics go. They did a really good job with it.
So I played the first one for like an hour, and I got bored. Maybe not bored, but I had a lot come up, and that was kind of put on the back burner, and I didn't get back to it. And then I got very frustrated because I tried to do a whole thing with Metro, and that fell through. So I haven't played them. Can I jump into
different.
this one?
Yeah, I think you can. I don't think you need to know the whole backstory of everything. It's not super important. They kind of tie a little, they kind of catch you up, as you go on. It's different than the first 2 games. It's not. They changed a lot of the economy. You don't have to sit there and barter with your weapon or your ammo and shit like that. It's just you just craft it. You find stuff out in the middle of the world, and either chemicals or your little nuts or whatever.
Okay. Gotta get my nuts.
Gotta get your nuts. And you make stuff, craft all your weapons, craft all your ammo. It's awesome.
Nice.
Awesome game.
Okay, well, I want it, so I need one of you guys to give it away.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Fucking pencil.
It's a beautiful pencil. Where did you get that pencil?
I don't know. It's sitting on my wife's desk here. Also on my wife's desk.
Oh.
Cinnamon sticks. This was bought. I'm not joking. Like, okay, so like her mom.
You're not joking.
Mom
But
said, "Hey, here, take some of these. You can use them for all different kinds of things. Notice how many are in there."
what do you use cinnamon sticks for besides cider?
I don't know. I don't think she does. They've been sitting there for like 2 months.
In there.
Yep, all kinds of shit. What else is this? Let's see what this is. Oh, well, this is cinnamon. Actual cinnamon.
Why is there so much cinnamon?
Cinnamon? Yeah. a lot of cinnamon going on here.
Yeah, there's so much cinnamon going on.
A picture of my daughter and then a drill also. I'm not sure where that came from.
And they're all carrying cinnamon.
And they're all carrying cinnamon. This is a fucking weird desk. Yep.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to need to be careful. I don't want to, make jokes about one of Boy Meets Girl Meets Boy Meets World's OnlyFans in your wife. So
that's true.
That's another podcast I do. Plug. So I got a Switch.
Segway.
So what do you think about Mario?
So I love Mario Odyssey.
Nice.
Mario Odyssey specifically, Ains.
It's real good. It's real good.
It's the only game I have. No.
Like it's real. In fact, it's actually really good, like all the other 3D Marios.
I don't know if I agree.
How could you?
I got Mario 64 when I was a kid, and I wasn't crazy about it, and I traded my N64 in. I beat it. I traded my N64 in and got a PS1 instead. And I was crazy about Crash Bandicoot.
Awesome game as well.
I don't know what it was about Mario, but then Mario Galaxy came, and I expected to be crazy about that one.
Did you miss Sunshine?
I did miss Sunshine completely. I don't think I had a GameCube when it came out, and then I just never went back to it because everyone was talking about Mario Galaxy coming out, and I waited for that. And Galaxy, again, I think it was just too easy for me.
Oh.
So it never really scratched that itch.
Look at the guy with the big gun.
Look at this guy. He never goes down in division, what I heard.
Oh, God. Platformers are my jam. Like, that's what I'm good at. I'm very, very bad at shooters. If they make a Mario shooter, I'm fucked.
That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
It would be good.
Shot Luigi.
But I'm having so much fun with Odyssey. I knew that I was going to like it. I played it at a demo kiosk at some point, and I went, "Oh, there's something about this game that's really good." There's so much variety in how it plays, and I don't need to like rehash 2017's Game of the Year very much, but it's a really good game. I love it so much, and I beat it this morning.
Nice.
I haven't gotten all of the moons. Obviously, that will take years, I think.
Yeah.
But I had so much fun with it. And I went straight from that. So I've already got a backlog on my Switch. I got the Switch last Saturday, and I have more games than I can play.
Really? You get Grease?
I did get Grease.
It's on sale right now.
I got Grease.
Really?
Yeah. I got it 2 days before it went on sale. So
nice.
Thanks for that recommendation.
You're welcome.
I'm loading up my Switch for this flight. So
well, get Grease, man. That'll take you through at least California or whatever.
Well, SteamWorld Dig I just bought because it was $2.99 and I've never played it. So
it's really good. You should probably get SteamWorld Dig too. If you don't,
that's on sale too.
I think that's $5.99 right now.
Heist is $5.99.
Okay, so Dig 2 is $9.99.
I think that's right. Yeah.
But I think Dig 2 is
I have to look this up now.
It's a 2D game.
Dig 2 is probably a lot better than the first one. That's the only reason I say that.
That would have helped me about 90 minutes.
Yeah, well, I bought Grease 2 days before it went on sale.
Fair enough.
Dig?
No.
Jesus. Great game, though.
Yeah. Go ahead and get that, too. SteamWorld Dig 1 is procedurally generated. Generated. SteamWorld Dig 2 is not. It was handcrafted, and I always find that kind of game better, just because they are able to put more, heart into the world as opposed to a computer just placing things in a good spot.
Agree.
That said, Dig 1 was really fun, and I wouldn't have gotten Dig 2 if it wasn't. But Dig 2, I really, really enjoyed my time with. But they're both pretty short.
Okay.
But I also I got a trial subscription to GameFly. I got 2 months for $10 they were doing right now, and I figured that would be a good way to test out the Switch without buying 400 games. So I rented Octopath Traveler. That was my first one because that one is full price and seems like it doesn't really drop in price at all. And I wanted to give it a shot. I didn't realize how long that game is. I think on the low end, that game is like 40 hours long. I'm pretty sure Dan beat it in a week. So
well, that's not 100% true. Because I played it. I that's when we went to Colorado. That was my traveling game. Go fucking figure. Colorado Traveler.
Yeah. I like it so far. It's a slow build, I think. I also think I picked the wrong character to start as because I forget her name, but it's like the hunter girl.
That's who I am. Yeah, that's who I picked.
So that she kind of drove me crazy because of the way she talks and all of her people talk. I was worried that
they do those like goofy voiceovers, where they say the same thing over and over. I turned all that off.
But also just her wording. I have an ith to goeth to the woodseth. Like, why are you adding eth at the end of everything? So I was worried that the whole game was going to be like that. So I was so relieved when I got to another character and they didn't talk like that. But I'm enjoying it.
So Dan loved it. Dan, don't let me speak for you, but I know you played the hell out of it. And I was really looking forward to it. And I love the art style and the kind of classic Squaresoft 16-bit RPG approach. But I was really disappointed with the level design. That it's like these little pathway levels instead of just a big explore it yourself world.
It's super, super old school.
Yeah.
Super old school.
Yeah, I'm about an hour and a half in, so I can't speak to that, but I can see what you're saying. So we'll see how I feel about it. What I'm worried about, though, is I got it from GameFly, and when I get a GameFly game, I feel like I have to get my money's worth. I have to push through it, and this is not the kind of game I think that you can push through and enjoy. So I might send it back and just buy the game and get something else. What should I get next?
Damn. Wolfenstein.
Come on.
No. I mean, everything else is a port. So
I was gonna say I'm not the biggest Switch guy because of that reason. It's not a whole lot. I won't get into it, but
no, you can get into it. How do you feel about the battery life?
Oh, Jesus, great. Yeah. So for everyone, I installed. I've got a 10.5-hour flight on Sunday, so I installed LA Noire today. Couple hours ago, because I love that game. Played the shit out of it on 360. Bought it again on Xbox One X. Haven't even played it, and just bought it again for Switch because I figured, that'd be fun to play on the plane. So installing it with the screen off, when the battery went from 100% to 78%, just installing a game. And by the way, I then installed SteamWorld, and that took it down to 76. So I've lost 25% of my battery life just from installing 2 games. I don't understand how the battery life on that damn console is so bad and why it's atrocious. And they say like, oh, you can get 4 to 6 hours. No, the hell you cannot.
No, you can't.
I have played a lot of times on flights. At max, you'll get 3 to 3.5. And if you're playing something like Zelda or Mario, you'll get maybe 2.5.
Can't you get a battery backup for it?
Yeah, you can. So they sell, Nintendo, of course, sells an official one for like $900.
That's the one I get.
I have a portable battery pack for other devices that I use, and so that helps. But it's just like, why would I? It's annoying. They made this portable console with a terrible battery. It makes no sense. That you can't change, by the way. You can't upgrade it.
Right. Well, don't worry. Nintendo will upgrade it themselves in about a year.
The XL Turbo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I already got those games. I got Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle because it was on sale for $15 at Best Buy.
It's good.
I got Hollow Knight, which I played through half of on PS4, but it just feels like it's going to be a perfect game to have on the Switch.
That's what makes all these indies and stuff. It's like the perfect fucking place to play them.
Yep.
Because they're super short and it doesn't suck all your battery life away. So. I just bought SteamWorld Dig, by the way, while we were talking. For $2.99. Yeah.
I also got The End Is Nigh. I don't know if you guys know about that one.
I never heard that one.
The maker of Meat Boy.
Yeah, it's from one of the guys from from Team Meat, Edmund McMillan. He's also the guy who made Biohazard Binding of Isaac.
Yep.
I got End is Nigh when it came out on PC, but it hasn't come to anything but Switch since. And I've learned about myself. I don't play my PC games ever until I get a bigger house and a better setup. It's not happening. So I'm just going to stop buying PC games. So I got it for my Switch.
Oxenfree is on sale for $5.
I saw that.
Fuck that noise.
I guess it's time for me to get it, huh?
No.
I've never played it.
Let's play it, Ains.
Can you play it co-op?
No, I don't think so.
I'm now buying SteamWorld Dig 2.
He's just literally buying games as we're talking.
Yes, hold on. I'm signing in.
I don't think SteamWorld Heist is as good as the two of those. So
I'm staying away from that one.
Don't get that one.
Okay.
Okay. Now, welcome to Dan Buys Games.
Yes. I can fucking remember my goddamn password that I was literally just signed in 2 fucking minutes ago.
Yeah, you just did it.
What the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking piece of shit?
So anyway, I buy too many games. And so with my Switch, I'm almost exclusively trying to buy physical.
What?
Yeah, I'm not doing the digital thing.
Terrible idea.
It's just
horrendous.
Nintendo makes it so hard to keep your shit.
Meh.
So I want to sell my 3DS because I just got this Switch, and we have, I think,
no integration.
There's 7 3DSs in the house.
Jesus.
Wow.
So why not sell mine? And then if I ever want to play any games, I'll play it on somebody else's 3DS. But if I do that, I pretty much lose my games.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the thing I hate with Nintendo. That's what we were just talking about, right? Is infrastructure. Like you have all these games on 3DS. Why the hell would you not be able to play those on your Switch?
Right.
So frustrating.
Yeah, it's insane. Anyway, Dan, did you buy your game yet? Can we move on to the next topic?
Yeah, we're good. I got it.
Apex Legends has officially hit 50 million unique players. What?
In a month.
In a month. I think when it was announced, we were all excited about it and we thought it was going to do well. But when I said it was going to do well, I thought it might hit 10 million players. 50 million is insane. Ains, how much time have you put into it?
8,000 hours.
Yeah, a lot. Not as much as some of my friends, but I'm over 50 hours. Yeah, I played a lot. It's our go-to multiplayer game right now. I have not played PUBG since it came out. I haven't played Blackout since it came out. So, and really in the multiplayer competitive space, it's pretty limited right now. I mean, sure, you have Battlefield 5 and Black Ops 4, but there's no new Halo. There's no new Gears. You know, there's none of those going on right now. So Battle Royales have been it, and Apex it's the best one. Hands down. It's the best one.
Yeah, I don't think I disagree. And I've said it before, I only put one game into Apex, but just in that one game that I played, I realized this game is something special. Obviously,
sorry, go ahead.
Obviously they know what they're doing. Titanfall 2 was a fantastic game, but Titanfall 2 was a massive disappointment sales-wise. So it's good to see them coming out and getting some some of that mojo back, I guess. Yeah, I hope they're making the money that they could be, because I feel like those microtransactions are garbage. Nick, one of our fellow third wheels and host of the Gaming Perspective, said that he's heard that they're selling very well. I hope that's true.
Yeah, I hope so too. I'm sure it is, because he made a good point about it, is that people are really identifying with the characters, similar to Overwatch. You know, Overwatch has an entire culture around the characters now, and they're starting to do the same thing in Apex. I mean, people are already cosplaying them and drawing them and painting them. And, you know, when you get that kind of love for your characters in your game, people are going to be there and supporting it.
We got any of that sexy DeviantArt fan art going on?
I'm sure it's out there. I'm sure it is.
I haven't seen it, but I bet it's there.
Dan? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm sure. And then, you know, like we said, I'm sure they're already spending money. And then the Battle Pass comes out next week, supposedly, which will be, you know, 10, 15, 20 bucks probably by itself. And even if you get 10% of people, that's another tens of millions of dollars they're just taking in on right away. So
have they talked about what the battle pass is going to, or the whatever season pass is going to entail?
Yeah, it's very similar to the other ones you saw from PUBG and Fortnite. So it's going to be exclusive cosmetics, gun skins, challenges to do in the game. Similar to PUBG. I don't know if Fortnite's the same way, but like there's free challenges for all players, and then if you buy the battle pass, there's additional challenges where you can unlock extra stuff.
Okay, I think that's the same thing.
Yeah, so it's very similar. For people like me, you know, I've played it so much. I love it so much. I love Respawn as a developer. To your point, I think they deserve this success.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to support them. I already bought the $5 EA Access pack you could buy, and I'll buy the Battle Pass on day one as well.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate that in the game itself. I don't know how much time I'm going to put into it. I will get the Battle Pass just so I can kind of support them and see what it does and how it changes the game. I'm very bad at the game, and I don't expect to be good at the game ever. So that is my concern, because
I want to play with you guys.
Oh, you don't want to do that?
It's fun.
It's fun to die a lot.
It's fun. I'm competitive, but when it's with friends, it's fun.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope.
Dan, by the way, Dan's going to be forced to play in a couple weeks with me and Bert.
Hell yes. There's supposed to be a pretty hot backseat game coming out today. Is that happening, Ains?
It is happening. Dan plays Blackout Battle Royale, first time ever, and yeah, it goes well.
It gets better.
He does. He actually does. Yeah, he does. I'm not even joking. He gets better each game, which was impressive.
Yeah, it's fucking trash.
I'm so excited to see this.
I understand, I guess, the appeal of these Battle Royale games. It's becoming such a fucking saturated market that it's just boring to me. I mean, it's just, I don't like the feeling. It's like constantly on edge. It's like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? Oh, I just got fucking shot out of nowhere, and it's just so fucking frustrating. I hate other people. Maybe that's my problem.
That's probably it.
Blackout's funny too because the kill time is so quick. Like as soon as you're getting shot, there's no chance. Like you're dead. There's no. I've always said that about Call of Duty, and that's what I hate is the lower skill gap because whoever shoots first wins. Like 99% of the time.
True.
Well, unless it's Dan. That's why I said 99%. You're a 1%er, but you know what I mean. It's just like in other games, you can get shot first and outplay your opponent, where that doesn't usually happen in Blackout or Call of Duty for that matter. But Dan does get a kill. He gets
a kill.
Don't spoil it. So my question, going back to Apex, is with Apex doing as well as it's doing, is that going to eat into Dan's favorite game of all time, Anthem?
Fucking horseshit.
I may need to refill my drink for this one.
I don't understand the fucking. Okay, so you want to sit here and talk about the microtransaction? I don't see how, aside from the battle pass, that they're getting that kind of money enough to fucking support that game. Apex, I'm talking about,
right?
Because it blows my fucking mind. Like, who the hell buys? It's like Overwatch, but because you never know what you're gonna get. I mean, that's what their loot crate system basically is. From what I can understand, I got 5 crates because I am a member of EA Access, and that will be the only ones I purchase, or get. And I think I got Twitch Prime shit, but I don't care. So I understand the $10 battle pass that'll fund quite a bit. There's no way they can make as much money as Fortnite. I just can't see it. I don't see Respawn in a year from now releasing a game launcher for the PC. You know what I mean? Like I never see it eclipsing the amount of money that Epic has made. But maybe I'm wrong. And then again, I look literally. My son just cannot stop spending money on anything. Really, it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's $40 for the Rainbow Six pass. There's $40 for this. Then there's like $10, $10, just going to town on this shit. I'm just like, what in the fuck are you buying? It doesn't matter what the fuck you look like at all. Then again,
Yeah.
I spent $40 for Anthem for fucking skins. So go fuck
Exactly.
figure.
So where do you think he gets it from?
Yeah, not me. I don't buy that much shit. Jesus Christ. I like to be able to say, this is what I'm getting. You know, then I can understand it. Like with Fortnite, you can pick what the hell you're going. Oh, there's 3 different skins and 15 different emotes and a fucking skin for a hammer or whatever the hell, pickaxe, whatever the hell you use. You know, it's this is old man Dan right now.
It is old man Dan.
I just don't get it. I don't understand.
I agree with you. I definitely think that I would rather spend more money on something that I know I'm going to get.
Right.
I hate loot crates, loot boxes, whatever. But I understand the appeal because it's gambling. I mean, it is gambling, but it's that you're chasing that thing that you want, and then you're getting all of this shit that you don't want. Like maybe the next one's going to be it. Like at the next one, I'm going to get that dumb gun skin that I have to have. Why do you have to have that dumb gun skin? You can barely see it in that game anyway. But I think they're definitely stealing players from Fortnite. Like it's Fortnite is hurting. Maybe not hurting compared to other games, but Fortnite's hurting compared to how Fortnite was doing. Their Twitch numbers have gone way, way, way down while Apex's has gone up. I don't know how that equates to gameplay, but it's got to be pretty similar to how it's actually playing out in the real world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I said to Dan one day, so my son plays ice hockey and they're always talking about games. And sadly enough, they've come to know that I'm the dad gamer. And so they'll like random kids will walk up to me and be like, hey, you playing this? I'm like, yes, I'm playing. It doesn't matter what game you say. Yes. The answer is yes. Yeah, I like the week after Apex came out, they were at hockey practice and the whole team was talking about Apex and playing it. And I'm like, that's it. And like once it spreads in junior high school, you know, and the kids are talking about it, like that's where the money is made in Fortnite. So they've taken a chunk of it.
My kids came straight back to Fortnite, which is, you know, weird, I guess, for me. But because as soon as it came out, they're like, oh, this game is awesome. This is great. This is fantastic. And now all of a sudden it's in the back, you know, it's like, well, it's trash. That's what they told me.
The old trash word.
Trash. I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't know, because my older son's playing it quite a bit, but he plays everything. And I can only tell you from my perspective and what my kids are doing. So, but I can see the appeal of Apex. You know, I definitely can see it. I don't know if I can see the monetization as much as, you know, Fortnite has, but maybe, you know, I don't know what people are spending. Yeah. I don't know.
We'll find out eventually. But I will say that Apex is a much higher, to your guys' point, I don't think it'll surpass Fortnite. And the reason I don't is because it's a much higher skill gap game. Yeah. Fortnite is incredibly casual. It just is. I mean, there's some crazy players on PC that can do the building, you know, ridiculously fast. Mm-hmm. But in terms of actual gunplay and gun mechanics, the skill gap in Anthem, in Apex is way higher than Fortnite. And so what that means, right, it's kind of like Halo. I always go back to Halo, but the skill gap is so high, right, that it drives some of that casual audience away because they just get crushed, right? And so I don't see it getting as big as Fortnite, but I don't know. I didn't see it hitting 50 million players in a month either, so who knows?
Yeah,
I will say that I saw a post today from a pro player on one of the teams, pro teams, Liquid, I think maybe, and they said that Treyarch's response about Blackout having like esports support has been very poor, whereas Respawn is going to support it broadly in Apex, and so a bunch of the pro players are switching to Apex from Blackout. So if it takes off in the esports scene, that'll drive more engagement for sure.
Esports.
But do you think the market share for Apex is eating into Anthem at all?
Yep.
Probably, just because they came out almost at the same time, and it's a really good game. Apex is an excellent game, completely different play mechanics, right? Yeah. But I know even just for me, and this is anecdotal, but even for me, when I'm not playing Anthem, I'm playing Apex, or I'm, you know, it's definitely taking time away from me as playing Anthem is what I'm trying to say. So, And especially if you're into competitive multiplayer, Anthem doesn't have any PvP, right? It's a co-op experience. So if you're competitive at all, then Apex is the route to go.
How soon until we get an Anthem Battle Royale mode?
Never.
I'd be lucky if that game's around in a year.
That's my concern.
Yeah, they don't need to be talking about new modes.
No.
They need to fix the one mode they have.
Yeah. Fucking Anthem.
That is definitely my worry. Dan, how are your feelings playing out for your most anticipated game of the year, Anthem?
Yeah, so I don't even know where to start without crying.
You can start with crying and go.
Yeah, that's fine.
That might be a good place. I can only go up from there.
It'd be a good podcast moment.
Yeah, just like fucking tears running down my face.
You can edit in some sad music in slow motion.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, just like thoughtful glances. What could have been, you know? Here's the thing. It's fine. The game play is solid. I've said that. I'm going to repeat myself. The gameplay loop is good. Mechanics are good. The other, short of that, I mean, I can't say a whole lot great about the story. I can't say a whole lot about the end game because there isn't one in the traditional sense. It's glitchy as hell. I never had any audio issues. We were playing Ains and you dropped complete audio. All of a sudden it started happening like every other game for me.
Multiple times, yeah.
And then it just gone. I get kicked out of games on a regular occurrence. This week they announced that the fucking starter gun is more powerful than the shit that you pick up after grinding for. I have like 70 hours in now. I can't get a legendary to drop to save my fucking life.
You don't need one.
You don't need it. Yeah.
But it's so.
You started with the best gun in the game.
It's so broken.
This game is a fucking disaster.
Yeah. It's the biggest thing, though. I mean, it's so I play as a Colossus a lot, right? And I think is it Ben Irving?
Yes.
Okay, he came out and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's a UI bug." Because I buffed the hell out of that son of a bitch. I've got so much fucking health and shield that I can basically walk anywhere I want to without dying, right? But up on top where your health bars are, it's one length, but it's divided into certain sections, and that changes from game to game that I play. Even though I don't change my gear, nothing changes about it. So if you've got a lot more health, those bars are going to be a little bit smaller. They'll be, I've got it down to where you can barely tell. There's so much health. But then I'll go into the next game, and I've gone from 40 or 50 small health bars to 25. And they're like, well, it's just a UI issue. It's the same thing. It's bullshit. In fact, he came out and said it. Mm-hmm. Nope, I was wrong.
They've proved that it's not just UI.
Not even close. Not even close. It's stupid shit like that. When you see, all these ARPGs like Destiny and The Division, and fuck up so much shit right out the beginning, and like you know what happened. You know it. You know where these other games fucked up, but you still did it. I understand bugs. I understand minor issues like that. It was so fucking void of any kind of end game content. I feel like I'm doing the same shit over and over again. And it forces you to do that because that's how you get your better gear and get to a different, you can't even play Grandmaster 3 until you get good gear to get to that point. The drop rate is shit. I'm still getting common items. I know they're fixing it, but it shouldn't have been there anyway. The worst part about it is I'm having so much fucking fun with this game that I can't put it down, right? So there's something to be said about it. I just don't know if it's going to keep me there for, an extended period of time. I don't like, and then March 12th is when this fucking new patch comes out.
It's actually coming out tomorrow morning. They just posted.
Okay, cool. That's better because I would have said, fuck you, Division's out. And I don't even care about the Division as much, but god damn it, fucking BioWare. Listen, we've
been listening.
We're listening.
I'm so mad. I'm so angry at this whole fucking situation that, you take something that potentially could be a gold mine and awesome, and then you completely just fuck it up like in so many different ways. I'm so sad. and angry and happy that it's actually, okay gameplay loop. it's like so many emotions in one game.
It's funny you say that because I actually posted this week at some point. I said it's the most bizarre AAA release I've seen in a long time, in that they nailed the world. The world's gorgeous, and I love exploring it. The gameplay, as you said, is on point. Like, it's so addictive, especially in co-op. For like, if you're Colossus, I'm a Storm, and I'm freezing people, and you're blowing up and smashing them, and it's just so much fun. And yet they screwed up so many key aspects of the game that simply shouldn't have been that way. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. That's what's so maddening about it. Like, I think I said earlier, Borderlands 2 came out in 2012 and wipes the floor with Anthem in terms of loot and gameplay. It makes no sense for them to launch this game in the state that this is. Even if they were rushed, to your point, Dan, I think you were alluding to or saying that despite let's say they were rushed and they had a bunch of bugs and shit was broken in some aspects because they were rushed. That doesn't excuse the design decisions for the loot and other things.
Right.
Like, those are actual coded decisions that were made. It doesn't make any sense. And I don't get it. It's frustrating. To your point, it's maddening because honestly, if the game was shit and not fun to play, I'd have traded it in and just moved on.
Right.
But the game's so fun to play that you get pissed off because
you can't hear anything during the mission.
Yeah, because I play music because the sound's completely gone. But you don't get anything for your effort, and yet you still want to play. And it's like, I swear to God, I've got so many analogies I could make that would not be appropriate for the stream. But
did you not hear what I just said for the last 5 minutes?
I know. It's like having that girlfriend that's like the most amazing bang you've ever had, but every other aspect of her is fucking horrible. And It's like, I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. It's that's Anthem right now. And it's
the International Women's Day, Ains.
Wow, Ains. Holy shit.
I'm on vacation, fucker.
Cheers.
No, I'll get you.
Yeah,
hey, girls say the same thing about guys. Come on.
That's true.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot I can add to that except to say, yeah, you're right. You didn't even touch on the fact that it's literally bricking PS4s.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't think it's a widespread problem, but it's definitely a legitimate problem that BioWare had to come out and address.
Like I heard 1,700 consoles have been reported
really
having issues. Yeah, I think I saw that.
And you know what was funny is one of the PlayStation support guys, I think, came on to Reddit and posted and wrote this long rant about, well, it's not bricking consoles.
Right.
You just have to turn on the power a certain way and rebuild the database so that, you get your thing back. And it's like, well, that's fair. That's not bricking, I guess, technically, but that's a big fucking problem. And to be honest with you, how many PS4 owners know what rebuilding the database of your PS4 even means?
Nope.
I don't even, I know what it means, but I wouldn't even know how to do it.
Right.
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah. It's insane how many issues this game has. And Ains, to your point, that's a really good point. It's like having that girlfriend where you're like, everything else is bad about this. She just stabbed me. Why am I still here?
Why do I still want it? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, but I do. I really, really do love the gameplay. It's so fun. And I feel like the core of that game is so good. It's just everything around the core that sucks so bad. And my initial thought, and my thought this entire time, was it's going to be like Destiny. It's going to come out and not have all of the things that it should have in it, that a AAA title releasing should have in it. But within a year, it'll all be fixed and we'll have a lot better stuff there. But I worry that it's getting to be too late because people are leaving. They're not staying like they did with Destiny. People are leaving this game.
Well, no, and the market is in a much different place than it was in 2013 with Destiny. There's too many options, and you got Division 2, which is nailing the loot and end game content 3 weeks later,
and verbally roasting them on an hourly basis.
They're becoming, that's the problem. The difference between 2013 and now is huge.
Yeah,
and Anthem's already become a meme. essentially, and it's getting trashed.
And I think at the same time, EA has Apex Legends that's killing it. And if they're making the money that it's being rumored to make, why would they invest their time and money into fixing Anthem when they could just continue riding and building on this Apex Legends fame? And EA's been known, Star Wars, to release things that they don't think it's going to do millions of dollars of millions and millions and millions of dollars. I mean, if they were told that this game was going to make them $20 million, they'd laugh and shut it down.
Don't talk to me about Dead Space because I'll probably break my microphone or something of that nature.
Fucking horseshit.
How about
that Dead Space?
Oh God. I know, and it's weird. And the bigger question, which again you're getting to, right, is BioWare. So now we heard for the past 2.5 years or whatever it's been since Andromeda released that that was BioWare's second team. That was BioWare Edmonton. That's not their core team because their core team's working on Anthem, and Anthem's going to be this incredible new IP. That's all we heard for the past 24 or 36 months, whatever it's been since Andromeda. So how about Anthem?
Yeah.
So if you had 2 BioWare studios, including Casey Hudson and your core team working on Anthem all this time, and it's been 4+ years in development, we all do. We play too many games. This is not a 4+ year development game. It's just not.
No. We've talked about this. We talked about this last week, and I believe the week before. God of War was made in less than 4 years. Spider-Man was made in about 2 years.
Yeah, and they're not. Those aren't co-op server games. You can make excuses, right? But when you look at a game like God of War and compare it, this is stupid. I can't even compare it to Anthem. Like, it's not even a comparison. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you doing? And BioWare is a legendary studio. So the question's now being asked is that talent from the late 90s and 2000s that made all those classic games like Knights of the Old Republic, those absolutely classic games, is that talent just gone? Is it not there anymore? Can they still develop those types of games?
Yeah, I think they just blew their load. That was it. It's over. Just relaxing now.
You think that's 99% of those teams are gone, right?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, we hear about the huge names, like, the executive producers, right? But there's a lot of development staff that goes into making a game that you don't hear about when they leave. Mm-hmm. And so all you see is the end result. And the end result hasn't been good lately for BioWare. So I don't know where they sit, honestly.
So let me ask you guys this. I kind of put this up in our DM. What is your biggest disappointment in a game, based on hype, and then what you actually got when the finished product came out? It could be any kind of game, multiplayer, single player, whatever that is.
What game or what aspect?
The whole game. Like Anthem's pretty high up there.
Oh, I see. What game of all time was the biggest disappointment?
Right. Your biggest disappointment, when you finally got to play the game that was, either hyped up or, that you knew was coming out. And then all of a sudden it was like, this is fucking straight trash. What's funny is I say I love BioWare, but one of those games for me, aside from Anthem,
Dragon Age 2.
Dragon Age 2. Yeah. It was such a bummer because I loved it. I love Dragon Age.
Another rushed game due to fiscal year. They built that game in 18 months.
Yep.
And you came off of Dragon Age, which was a fantastic,
so good,
old school RPG, pen and paper RPG. And then you say, we have to rush this out, and you bring out Dragon Age 2, and it sucks. And it's I told you guys earlier, Anthem is as soon, if you remember, I can go back to some big cast somewhere where as soon as they delayed Anthem to March, I said this game's in trouble. Because what that means is EA is saying this is their fiscal year release. They're not going to allow it to release later than March, which means we're going to get a shit product.
But why do that when you've got Apex sitting there? That's what I don't understand.
I don't think they knew that was going to come out and do what it's done. I think they probably left. I'm blanking on the dev. What's the dev?
Respawn.
Remedy?
I think they kind of left Respawn alone to make that game, and they didn't realize what they had up their sleeve until it was out, or at least about to be out.
They're lighting their cigars with the $100 bills right now.
Dude, yeah. Nobody knew. We recorded a podcast the day before it released. And I remember Dan saying, what's it called? Apex Legends? And I was like, I don't know. Is that what what's Apex Legends? The next day it released. And it was incredible, and that was just a bizarre situation. But you're probably right. They probably didn't know what they had on their hands. They thought this is a free-to-play game from Respawn, and it'll kind of supplement our portfolio. But Anthem's going to be our big IP.
Yeah.
And it's been completely reversed because they didn't give the dev team enough time.
Yes. So what do you guys think?
I don't know.
So I've got a couple. I don't know what to choose between. Resident Evil 5 was a huge disappointment for me. Coming off of the heels of Resident Evil 4, which was one of my favorite games of all time. At that point, probably my favorite game of all time. And 5 came out and was just awful.
Very different.
I bought a PS4 in part because I wanted The Witness so bad.
Oh my God, don't get me started on that fucking piece of trash.
I agree.
How the hell does anyone give that game a 10?
Right.
Are you out of your damn mind?
I can see.
Sorry, I'm getting louder as I drink more. I apologize.
That game is so full of itself.
Yes.
And expects you to go the extra mile to make the game fun. And that bothered me so much because games journalists came out and just lauded that game for how amazing it was. But these are people who play games for a living. So to be able to write, people would tell you you got to have like transfer paper and copy over from the graph paper and turn that puzzle backwards and then turn it upside down and fit it over the puzzle on page 3. Like, I have a job that taxes my brain. To come home and then do that on top of that, it's just not going to happen.
It's not even. They acted like it was brilliant. It's not even brilliant. I can create a puzzle that's a pain in the ass to solve for you.
That's true.
What fun is that? And the worst part about the whole thing, because I actually used a guide and I 100%ed that game. No joke. You get and did you finish it?
No, because I didn't want. Every time I looked up a guide, because I got it at launch. Yeah. Every time I looked up a guide, everyone online was going, "Don't use a guide because this game is meant to be use your brain and use your brain to finish this."
Yeah, they're all idiots. So I did use a guide because I was getting pissed off. I was like, "Why is there no payoff?" Even I started the first maybe 30-40% of the game finishing it myself, right? And you spend a lot of time, and I'm like, "But nothing's happening." So I'm like, all right, I'm going to power through this. Finish the entire game. The ending, I was like, all right, they say it gets really good at the end. So I finished the last puzzle. I'm not even fucking with you. The ending, you finish the puzzle. This little thing floats in the air, goes around the world, the entire island, lands at the beginning, and then the credits roll. I swear to God, I don't get angry. I get angry, very angry. But I don't break control. I've never broken a controller because I grew up poor, and it's like I paid too much money for this. I'm not going to break it.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I almost broke that thing in my hand. I was like, what the fuck did I spend my time and money on for this game? I wanted to go back to everyone who wrote a review on that game and be like, you're a goddamn idiot. I don't know what is wrong with you. And I'm sorry. I'll shut up now.
Welcome to Angry Old Men Cast.
Yes.
The Witness, don't buy it. What a waste of time.
Fallout 4 was also a huge disappointment for me.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
Fallout 3 was superior in almost every way to Fallout 4. And
Agreed.
The way they stealth launched Fallout 4 drove that hype up to the nth degree, and then it came out, and I waited until midnight to play it. And you can ask my fiance Tanya, who's back behind the green screen handing me my phone. I waited until midnight to play that game, and then I went to sleep, and I woke up early before work to play it before work, and it didn't hit that spot, and I just kept waiting for me to feel that Fallout 3 excitement and passion and to have that interesting world. And all I got was more and more annoyed with the characters and the world itself and the lack of content, and the story was bad. And so that was a huge, it was was a week or two before I realized how disappointed I was, because it's one of those where I'm waiting, and then you get less and less excited every time that you play it, and then it was kind of like, you know what, I gotta be honest with myself and with God, I fucking hate this game.
Yeah, you keep playing it in the hopes that like your mind's gonna change, right?
Yeah.
And I did the same thing. And you're right about the hype, because I bought, God damn, I have the collector's edition. I have the special loot crate. I have the helmet and the hoodie. And I mean, I have everything for Fallout 4. And I put maybe 10 hours into it. And I was like, Witcher 3, embarrassed. I mean, literally, Witcher 3 made that game look so trash. I'm using the kid's word here.
Trash.
I never went back to it. I was like, this game is just, it was so disappointing. And to your point, I put 120, 30 hours into Fallout 3, did everything in the game, loved it. And Fallout 4 was so uncreative. They did nothing with it. I don't know. I was so disappointed. What a waste. Yeah, it's funny. I think you're doing this to me on purpose. You're picking the games that literally piss me off thinking about them.
No, I think you're just similar in that vein. Like, those are all games I was so excited for, and like I literally bought my PS4. I was going to get a PS4 anyway, but I wanted The Witness so bad that I had to buy the PS4 when Witness came out, and that was the first game that I bought. You
bought a console for The Witness?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I hope you got a refund.
Well, it turns out I love the PS4.
PS4 is a great console, yeah. So you're good, but the wrong game choice.
Yeah, I never finished it. I've always said, to your point, I want to go back and replay it with a guide just so I can cross that off my list, because I'm so annoyed that that's the reason I purchased my console and I've never finished it. Not even finished it. I got like 4 hours in before I said, this game is fucking with me on purpose and not to be a good game. It's just making me work hard.
Nothing changes. Nothing. The entire time I went through the game, I was thinking, okay, the puzzles will lead somewhere. There's some because they all talked about how brilliant it was. And I'm like, all right, there's going to be some really cool thing that happens. Nothing ever happens. Nothing. It's garbage.
Diego is so happy that we're all angry.
Dan, he wants you to speak about Oxenfree now, just to complete the circle.
I've said my piece about that fucking piece of shit. I might go back. One of these days I'm going to stream that son of a bitch, and it's just going to be a fucking clusterfuck. It's going to be like 20 minutes, or like the very, very beginning where this girl is just sitting on a boat, and I'm going to be like, no, I'm fucking done. Done. Yep.
So should I or should I not buy the Switch version for $5?
No. Of what? Oxenfree?
Yeah.
You shouldn't buy any version of it. Such a fucking piece of shit. God, I hate that.
So, you brought this topic up, Dan, and I was trying to rack my brain thinking about it, and I wasn't coming up with a whole lot. But I gotta think that Andromeda's up there. I don't know what you guys think, but Mass Effect 1 is one of my favorite games ever. I love 2 and 3 as well, despite some issues I have with them. But I love that trilogy. Love it. So Andromeda, was all excited about, continuing this story. And I got early access to it, and I played it. And I wrote an article literally titled, "I'm worried about Mass Effect Andromeda," before it released. And sure enough, it released. And, well, we don't have to talk about it, right? All hell broke loose. And, it's just another game where it's like you took one of those franchises that was considered one of the greatest all time, this trilogy, and you just completely destroyed the name of it. And that just drove me nuts. I don't know. I don't think the end game was maybe as bad overall as some other games we're talking about, but it just, for Mass Effect standards, it just wasn't there at all.
So for me, that game, I don't know if it's one of the biggest disappointments. Yeah, I had a lot of, the whole facial animation glitching and shit was hilarious. And, I feel like when you watch and play Anthem, you're kind of like watching, it's like, gosh, I really, 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 really wanted to make sure that these guys looked real when they talked. So it's almost overdone to a point, but I didn't mind it. I think a lot of the problems and that people have with it, it's just not necessarily a direct sequel to the trilogy, and I think a lot of people were disappointed in that. But I mean, it's not like, they said it wasn't, so it didn't continue Shepard's story. I think that's what a lot of people wanted.
For sure.
The combat in it was very, very good, and you could see what they did. They took that and put that basically into Anthem to a certain extent, but just improved on it. And they did. I enjoyed the combat of that game. It was, I think, way, way too fucking long. There was a lot of the story, it just seemed like it dragged for a long, long time. Like it was just unimportant. Yeah, I didn't run into a whole lot of like game-breaking glitches, so I waited to play it, even though it was really, really high on my list of anticipated games, until they fixed some of that stuff, a couple weeks in.
It was bad.
Yeah, it sounds like it was. And so I just like, okay, I don't want to ruin. I have such a high expectations of this game. I stopped myself from playing it, which was very, very hard to do, because I was like, please just fix enough to where I can get in there and enjoy myself for at least a little bit. And it wasn't bad. It was just, it seemed like it just, they improved some stuff just mechanic wise from 3, but I was really hoping for like a continuation of Shepard's story, or something in that universe. I don't remember when it took place. I think it happened. That whole thing in Mass Effect, the whole Mass Effect trilogy happened while they were en route to Andromeda, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? I can't remember. It's been so long since I played it.
Either. I don't remember.
I finished it.
I think it was a different time because they were searching for the new world, right? That's what Andromeda was searching for the new place to kind of build civilization.
Right. So they don't necessarily know everything that's happened back in, so it's same universe, but like a whole different way. I don't know. People were so upset also with the ending of Mass Effect 3. I didn't really care, but
it didn't bother me much. I don't know.
And the stuff that they added just seemed superficial. Really, it was just stupid, but it's fine. That one, Fallout 4, to your guys' point, I don't know. I enjoyed it, but it was so buggy, and it still is. I mean, that was my biggest thing with that game. It was just like, gosh, I can do so much stupid ass shit. I almost broke the game. Just, there was a glitch where you could like expand your base, right? So I would just do this glitch over and over again, where I got to the point that I would walk into Sanctuary, I think it was, and the entire game just stopped almost because I had expanded my base well beyond the parameters, but I increased the parameters by doing this glitch, right? So yeah, I would walk in, it'd be like,
so the CPU couldn't keep up with all the stuff.
It could not keep up at all with what. I mean, I should go back and play it on the X, see what it is.
Well, but how hyped were you going into Fallout 4?
Pretty hyped. I like Fallout. I mean,
to your point on Andromeda, I wasn't hyped for that game. I think I'd heard enough about it on its way out that I had lowered my expectations so much that I never ended up actually playing it. So when I look back on my biggest gaming disappointments, I see a lot of them where I'm like, that would have been one of them if I had had time to realize that I wasn't excited about it. You know what I mean? I wanted a new Mass Effect so bad, but over the course of like the year before it came out, all of the impressions that were coming back about it worried me enough to where when it came out, I knew that I wasn't going to get it at launch. I was going to wait until it was on sale. And even then it turned out that, I just don't need to get this game.
Yeah. I think there's also expectations with certain games, or series of games and certain developers. So you expect, when BioWare puts out these amazing games, or like BioShock, for example, when you have these amazing games, like if they were to release another one, you're almost assuredly going to be disappointed, just because can it live up to that hype of the other stuff? Fallout's another one, people are really into it. Elder Scrolls,
Halo 5 was one for me, and a lot of Halo fans. Halo 5 story was, you get through it and you finish it and you're like, what in the hell? Like, it didn't even match the marketing campaign that they had going into the Halo. And Halo has always been such a huge thing. And their marketing campaigns have always been so good that it was definitely baffling. Even to this day, people are confused by Halo 5 because the multiplayer is fantastic, but the campaign really wasn't that good.
Yeah, it was confusing as hell for me.
Yeah,
So
it was.
I was like, I waited to play it for a long time, and I finally played it when it got enhanced, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Where the fuck is Chief? Who's this fucking dude? Spartan Jim or whatever the fuck his name is.
Locke.
Or Locke, yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah, I still don't care about him.
Nobody cares about him. That's
Nobody
the problem.
cares about Locke. Wasn't that not Iron Fist? Who's the other guy?
Yeah.
Not Iron Fist.
Iron Cage.
Cage. What? No.
yeah.
What the
The
fuck was
Marvel
his name?
Luke Cage?
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, same dude.
Yeah, he left.
And Castle.
So we're getting off track, but he was Locke, right? In the Halo, the one movie, which wasn't good either, and Halo 5. And then he left mid-development to become Luke Cage on Marvel. 343 actually replaced his voice with a different guy who ended up being Locke in the game.
Oh, wow.
But they kept his face.
Yeah, that's weird.
So, yeah.
Oh, shit. Well,
now that we're all sad.
Yeah, I gotta go watch Captain Marvel here.
Oh, yeah. Dan's going to report on Captain Marvel and let us know how it was.
Next week.
I'm excited about that movie, actually. I wasn't until the recent reviews came out. And now I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
We'll see what happens.
All right, Ains, where can we find you, and when will the new Backseat Gaming with Dan playing a Battle Royale game for the first time in his life?
Yeah, that should be up as we're finishing here. So hopefully we'll put it up live tonight, if not early tomorrow morning. So check it out. And yeah, always on Season Gaming. Check out a big Division preview coming next week. And we also did something really special, which was a new series called Examining the Classics. I wrote these previously.
So good.
We're turning it into a video series, which took an extremely, I don't know the word I'm looking for here, a lot of work.
Yeah, I'll bet.
And so it took us a while to get launched, but we have the first one up on The Last of Us, which is one of my favorite games of all time. I think one of the greatest games of all time. We think it's quite good content, so check it out if you haven't.
Yeah, I think I talked about it last week on this show. Maybe I do so many shows. That Last of Us video was so damn good, and for that to be your first one, like, kudos. I can't wait to see where you go with it. But it also made me want to play Last of Us again so bad.
Me too, and I've played it multiple times. So I will say the next one that's coming is BioShock 1.
Nice.
Oh, damn it, Ains.
It's gonna be
You're
so
just
good.
tugging at my old heartstrings.
Hey, breaking news: Crackdown 2 backwards compatible and also free. Boom.
Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, nobody cares. All right.
Yeah, I probably won't ever play it, but cool.
Nope.
Why not just play Crackdown 3, which is just a reskinned Crackdown 2?
Yes.
One.
It's not even as good as 2. 2 is actually trash. So
yeah, 2 is considered the disappointment, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like 1's a good one, 3's like 1, 2's just whatever. Who cares?
Beautiful.
Also, you can find Ains for the next 10 days in Hawaii. So
Awesome.
No, you won't find me. I'm disconnecting.
Yep. I'm gonna text him every single day.
Oh, phone will be off. Gone. Oh. But you are picking up my Division Collector's Edition, so
Yes.
I may need to talk to you.
Yep. So let me know.
I have, like the asshole that I am, I have both limited collector's editions of Division 2 coming. They're being delivered either Monday or Tuesday while I'm gone, of course. So Dan's probably going to pick those up, but I will do an unboxing of those when I get back.
he's going to pick them up, play them.
Yes. Put them back in the box.
Rebox them. He's going to do a reboxing video where he puts them back.
You just found the wave of YouTube's future.
Oh shit.
All right, Dan, where can people find you? Everywhere?
Yep, all over the damn place. That's it. Third Wheel Arcade, Season Gaming. I'm gonna drop our Toe Jam and Earl and an Anthem review. Probably not this week, but hopefully next week. I will talk about it on our next Bitcast, at least a little bit. So,
Yeah, I hope you bring that kind of energy to Captain Marvel.
I might fall asleep. To be 100% honest. We'll see what happens.
Life is exhausting.
It is.
Yeah, you can find me on Third Wheel Arcade right here. Friday at 7 Eastern. But also PlayStation Broadcast. And I wrote my first review for the PlayStationBros.com. The first of probably, it looks like, at least a few. I think my plan is to write 2 or 3 a month just to kind of get the feel for it, because I can't believe how much I enjoyed actually writing that review out. Even though it was a dumb little game, awesome P, there was enough to that game that I enjoyed writing the review about it. What I'm worried about is writing reviews about things that I hate. So we'll see. But
it's harder to be critical.
Yeah, you don't want to look like an asshole the whole time.
Yeah, you have to be constructively critical, which is challenging.
Yeah. Okay, as we proved tonight, as we yelled about games that made us mad.
Fuck this game. Yeah.
Fucking true.
You can also find my podcast with my fiance Tanya at Boy Meets Girl Meets Boy Meets World, BMGM BMW. I've said that so many times now that it's just like ingrained in me.
I'm surprised you said that without messing up. That's tough.
What I mess up now is saying Boy Meets World, because I can't say it now without the stuff in between. But I think our podcast is really fun, and I'm really happy to do that with her. She's surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, way better than I am. So, as it goes,
this is true.
Anyway,
true story.
It's true.
True story. No.
Thank you for joining us. This has been Third Wheel Arcade, episode 12/Dan needs to get to Captain Marvel.